Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Akal Kodesh, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of Israel today, and salutations to all of the Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. My name is Zakalia, and this video is about the mark of the beast prophecy, which is a microchip. Alright, so you have this video here posted by the elder of GMS Vegas. Watch out for, and then you see that those symbols there, and that symbol means Xi Stigma. Alright, so let's go to the book of Revelation, right, and let's break it down. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So the mark of the beast, according to the prophecy, it is going to be something that is mandatory worldwide, as it says, and he causeth all. And who will be the he? The people that are in rulership today, who are the Edomites, specifically their ruling class, who are the wicked elite of Esau Edom, who are the elite bankers, right? They have an agenda at hand, which is their NWO agenda. And at the forefront of it is the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. It is their new slavery system that they are bringing in, all right? According to, information gathered over the years, their goal is a one world this, a one world that, a one world, etc. All right, and they also intend to cull the population down, according to the Georgia Guidestones, to about 500 million. All right, so they intend for mass death to occur. All right, so he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. It doesn't matter who you are. All right, your social status, if you're in prison or not, it don't matter, man. All right, he intends to microchip everyone, as it says he causeth all. All right, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, so this word mark here at G5480, it says charagma, a stamp and imprinted mark. So the charagma is talking about the microchip, right? It is something that is physical, and it is the microchip itself. When you break it down further at G5482, it says carax, a pale or steak. So when we go to Google and we can look at what a steak is, right, you can see that it is like this kind of shape. All right, so now we can go to biometric microchip. We can also look at RFID microchip, and we will be able to see what it looks like. So this is the microchip itself. All right, this is the mark of the beast. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and this is how they administer it. So that device that is used to pierce the flesh, to administer the microchip, is the carax. Okay. I'm trying to find, there's another image that usually comes up. Yeah, this one right here. This is the one that is more commonly seen. Okay, that's the carax right there. They simply pierce the flesh, right, the hand, and then they just press it and the microchip is inserted. We can see it here as well. Okay, so the mark of the beast is the microchip, and then it says in their right hand or in their foreheads. So you have the microchip in the hand technology, and you have the brain microchip technology as well, which are both out there, okay, and successful and running. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So unless you have the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, you're going to be shut out from society. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. So let's go into the word 6 here at G5516, which says Xi Stigma. Okay, so look at the symbol there, and then we go back to the brother's video here. All right, there's a con rather, and you'll see the same symbol. So he's referring to the Xi Stigma, which is referring to, the mark of the beast prophecy. So we can see it here what it's named. So we have to go to G4742 to break it down further, which says stigma. And then stigma breaks down, or rather the definition is a mark pricked in or branded upon the body, a mark pricked in right? And then we just saw how the microchip is administered. It's, you know, the flesh is pierced and then it is inserted, right? And charagma, a stamp and imprinted mark, right? Something that is imprinted is something you can do it yourself, literally. You can take your hand, take your thumb, and just imprint, you know? Okay? So a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. The ancient Oriental usage, slaves and masters bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked, and that's what Esau is going to be doing to you. He's going to be marking you with his microchip. Okay? And then at that point, for once you're an Israelite, once you take that microchip, you will be declaring Esau as your master and not Yahweh Shemishai. So you're going to be destroyed by the Lord. All right? It says, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in their ways to their gods. Okay, so then it says origin from a primary stizo, i.e. to stick, i.e. prick, right? From primary word stizo to stick, that is prick, a mark incised or punched for recognition of ownership, that is figuratively scar of service mark. So there it is, the pricking. So it all is talking about the microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, so this prophecy is at hand, man, and where it's at right now, it is very clear to see that it is very close. All right, regarding the microchip itself, the technology is out there, right? Take note that at point of sales machines, it's already accepting microchip payments at your everyday point of sales machines that we interact with. So that goes to show you a certain stage at which the system is at, but also the system that's coming in behind it, the central bank digital currencies, the digital ID system, the digital public infrastructure of transforming the cities around the world towards these smart cities, these 15-minute cities, these cities that are driven purely on artificial intelligence and technology, right? All of these things, man, the fourth industrial revolution, the intelligence age, all of this is the period of time that we're in. And so that is why the spirit of Yahweh Shemishai has the prophets bringing out this prophecy more so than ever before, because it is very close. All right, and by measuring the time diligently, we're able to see that. Okay, so to the video, when I watched it, this first part, I never seen this video before, so I'm gonna play it.
You know what she did? She pulled out her phone.
So it says, I just met a lady with a chip in her hand. Stop playing with me. Entertainment purposes only, and everything is fair use, fair use, fair use.
And she scanned her hand like it was an app, like it was a barcode. Not only that, guys, she told me, I just met a lady with a chip in her hand. You know what she did? She pulled out her phone and she scanned her hand like it was an app, like it was a barcode. Not only that, guys, she told me that this is the future, that her job made her do it. Some big company, I can't say the company, guys. I'm not going to tell you the company. I can't do that.
This is very interesting information, because the woman, firstly, I don't believe he has any reason to lie about such a situation. It's so, I just don't think he has any reason to lie about an occurrence such as this, So apparently the lady's chipped, and she says that her company made her do it. But he won't reveal the company, which I don't know why. But yeah.
She scanned her hand. Guys, she has a chip in her hand, and she had the nerve to tell me that I'm going to have to get it soon too. I told her, who the hell you think you're talking to, bro? I'm not getting nothing.
Maybe she's a certain insider, man. Maybe she's, up there in certain echelons of, Esau's left-handed side system, and, she's privy to certain information, which, to be frank, there's certain individuals that are privy to this information, such as, like the Masons and stuff, back in maybe, 2016? Maybe early 2017, I was told by one of them that in the future, that there will be, people will have microchips in their brain, and that there will be no more needs for education or anything, because people will simply just have information uploaded to their brain, and the individual told me that it will be happening very soon. A few years later after that, Elon Musk revealed his brain chip technology, Neuralink.
She goes on talking about this digital ID things, which I know nothing about. She told me that I'm gonna have to make a choice real soon. I said, I made my choice.
The digital ID is a stepping stone towards the microchip, right? The digital ID is about them creating this digital identification system to consolidate all of your information onto one place, your biometrics, your medical information, your financial information, everything. You can take a look at the digital ID that has been proposed by the World Economic Forum, which has now been adapted, or rather adopted, by all of these countries. Well, both, adopted by both of these, all of these countries around the world. All right, it's that stepping stone, okay, because they will simply just transfer that digital ID data onto the microchip when the time comes where the microchip is mandatory worldwide, which is going to be that hour of temptation that is coming upon us.
Seems like you made yours too. Then she started talking about Sweden, how people already got chips in their hand. Entertainment purposes only.
Which is true. So he didn't even know about Sweden, so I really don't think he has any reason to lie. And we've been known about Sweden, right? Swedes, over 6,000 Swedes have microchips implanted in their hands, turning their bodies into right? They're saying they're turning their bodies into digital cards, which, the microchip is the mark of the beast. And I have to be very clear, the digital ID is not the mark of the beast, okay?
Got chips in their hand. Entertainment purposes only. This is what she said. I don't know how true this is. I don't know who that lady is. But the fact that she had the nerve to come up to me and tell me that I'm going to have to get this too, I ain't getting nothing. I would rather go do it before I comply. Let's not forget, guys, it's starting elsewhere, but one day it's going to be right here in front of our faces. Some lady, she's here. She had it in her hand. She's working for a certain company that I cannot mention.
Yeah, but there are other individuals as well in America who on social media have displayed their microchip. There was even this lady, I believe she had like red hair. She was and I think she's actually a celebrity too. She was like promoting the microchip. So, Esau has dropped certain crumbs around the place of, this microchip technology and what is to come. All right, the prophecy states what is going to happen. It is going to come to pass. All right, so
guys, get ready. It's about to go down. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think about this, because I don't know what to think.
Yeah, if you don't have faith in Yahweh Shemishai, he's talking about how he's not going to take the microchip and everything. But when that time of Jacob's trouble is upon us, and the famine is upon us, and the pestilence is upon us, and they say, well, you won't be able to eat unless you take this microchip. You won't be able to go into these safe zones unless you have the microchip. You won't be able to get any aid or medical services unless you have the microchip, and you don't have no faith in Yahweh Shemishai. What do you think is gonna happen? They're gonna buckle and they're gonna take it, just straight up like that. So the hour of temptation is on its way. Revelation 3 verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So the hour of temptation will be when you're faced with taking the microchip, and it's going to affect the entire world. At G3625, the word world here is oikoumene in the Greek, which is talking about the inhabitants of the earth, right? So it's going to affect everyone. It's going to be a mandatory thing worldwide, right? But regarding the salvation and as to who is to not take, the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, that is referring to the Israelites, as salvation is only for our people. Whether the heathen take it or not, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is about the Israelites. Okay, so when you break down the word temptation at G3986, it says parasmos, which is, it says a trial, right? So let's break it down to the origin at G3985, parazzo, right? A trial as well. Let's break it down further, G3984, para, trial as well. But when you break it down to the base, it says G4008 through the idea of piercing, which is paran, and it says to pierce, right? So this can actually be read as, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of piercing, which shall come upon all the world to pierce them that dwell upon the earth, right? The word temptation and the word try both break down to that same G4008 peron, which is to pierce. All right, so it's that hour of piercing, man. Okay, so you see how it's all, well, how the scriptures very clearly let us know what it is. All right, so that's it, man. That's the warning. And onto you Israelites, man, don't take the market chip. It's as simple as that. Don't take it. Have faith in Yahweh Shemishai. Turn towards our power instead of turning towards the so-called white man. Because when you turn to the so-called white man for aid, it's going to lead you to your destruction. All right, just straight up like that. In Revelation 14 verse 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So the word worship here at G4352 is proskuneo in the Greek, which is, it says, like a dog licking his master's hand, right? So when you take that market chip, you would have declared who your master is. And you would be declaring that your master is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the wicked. And you would have rejected and denied Yahweh Shemishai, so the Lord also shall reject you and destroy you. Okay? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Shemishai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The Lamb is Yahushai. So America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. We know the number of Israelites in America to be saved and the number of Israelites in America to be destroyed. As it says in Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, 1/3 shall be saved and 2/3 shall be destroyed of our people in America. Those 2/3 are going to be those that are going to be taking the market chip, and the 1/3 is of the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? But when the missiles are on their way, Yahushua is going to return and deliver the 1/3 from America before the missiles hit, right? To destroy 2/3 of our people. And Yahushua is going to deliver the elect from the four corners of the earth. All right, this is what is coming, man. This is the judgment from Yahweh Shemishai. This is going to be that final plague, okay, of judgment, death by way of thermonuclear fire. Okay, this message should strike fear in you, because the Lord is not playing, man, and everything shall come to pass. So these are the times that we're in, man. All right, going back to the elders video. All right, watch, share, and subscribe the page. All right, and there's more to it, man, regarding this market chip. Okay, it's on its way.
What you think about?
Klaus Schwab said that back in 2016, that people are going to be microchipped in the next 10 years. All right, and do your research as well. Look up the name, look up the images. All right, I suggest it because when you do independent research, it does help with learning, understanding, and for information to stick as well. All right, so with that, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai by Shemakal Kodesh. Shalom.